The Boston Celtics put on a dominant display against the Utah Jazz, securing a commanding 121-99 victory. Kristaps Porzingis and Jayson Tatum were unstoppable, leading Boston to another crucial win as they continue their push for a top playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. Meanwhile, the struggling Jazz showed glimpses of fight, but their rebuilding phase was evident in this matchup. Stay tuned as we break down all the action, key performances, and what this means for both teams moving forward. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to Basketball Insider USA for the latest NBA game breakdowns, highlights, and updates. The Celtics wasted no time asserting their dominance. Right from the opening tip, they played with intensity, controlling the pace and setting the tone early. Kristaps Porzingis was a force inside, using his size and skill to score 14 first-quarter points, including a couple of deep threes that stretched Utah's defense. Jayson Tatum followed suit, attacking the rim aggressively and knocking down shots from mid-range. The Celtics' ball movement was crisp, creating open looks and easy buckets. On the other side, the Jazz found some rhythm through Collin Sexton, who put up an impressive 30 points on the night. Sexton's aggressive drives and perimeter shooting kept Utah in the game early, but their lack of defensive stops made it hard to keep pace with Boston. By the end of the first quarter, Boston had built a 10-point lead, and they only extended it as the game progressed. The Celtics' depth was on full display in the second quarter. With Porzingis and Tatum taking a breather, the bench unit stepped up. Jrue Holiday, Derek White, and Al Horford played a crucial role in maintaining the lead, knocking down timely shots and playing elite defense. Utah, however, didn't go down without a fight. Bryce Sensabaugh and John Collins provided some much-needed scoring, and the Jazz momentarily cut the deficit to single digits midway through the quarter. But just as the Jazz were gaining momentum, the Celtics responded in dominant fashion. Tatum and Porzingis returned to the floor and immediately took over. A flurry of buckets from both stars saw Boston head into halftime with a comfortable 62-48 lead. If there was any hope for a Utah comeback, the Celtics quickly crushed it in the third quarter. Boston went on a massive 18-6 run, sparked by Tatum's all-around brilliance. He was everywhere, scoring, assisting, and even coming up with big steals. Porzingis continued his dominance inside, not just scoring, but also making an impact defensively with several blocks and contested shots. The Celtics' defensive intensity overwhelmed the Jazz, forcing them into difficult shots and costly turnovers. Meanwhile, Utah's frustrations boiled over when a heated moment occurred between Collin Sexton and Kristaps Porzingis. After a hard foul, the two exchanged words and had to be separated by teammates. This moment perfectly summed up the night. Boston's intensity was simply too much for Utah to handle. Heading into the fourth quarter, the Celtics led 98-79 and the game was all but over. With a 19-point lead, the Celtics played smart basketball in the fourth quarter, managing their minutes while maintaining control of the game. Derek White and Jrue Holiday orchestrated the offense, while Al Horford provided veteran leadership, knocking down a pair of three-pointers to put the game out of reach. Boston's defense remained locked in, holding the Jazz to just 20 points in the final period. Sexton continued to battle for Utah, but the lack of offensive help made it nearly impossible to mount a comeback. As the final buzzer sounded, the scoreboard read 121-99 in favor of Boston. For Boston, this win marks their fourth straight victory and further solidifies their position in the Eastern Conference standings. With the Cleveland Cavaliers still holding the number 1 seed, the Celtics remain in the hunt for the top spot. Their depth and defensive intensity continue to make them one of the most dangerous teams in the league. For Utah, the Jazz are clearly in rebuilding mode, and while they showed flashes of potential, their lack of depth and experience was evident. Collin Sexton's performance was a positive sign, but the Jazz have a long way to go before becoming competitive in the West again. With the playoffs fast approaching, every win counts, and the Celtics are peaking at the right time. Will they be able to take the number 1 seed from Cleveland? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: Boston is on a mission. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Basketball Insider USA for more NBA game analysis, highlights, and updates. See you in the next one.